Yo, what's good everyone, it's Zigzag here, welcome back to another Geoguessr video. Now, if you're not aware, I have a second channel called Geoguessr Explained. It's linked down below in the description of every video, but on that channel, I've been doing a Road to #1 in the World ELO series, and it was on a long pause while I was overseas at the World Cup, and since I've been back, I've been really busy getting things back on track here, but I'm ready to restart the series, and I thought I'd announce that over on this channel and do the first episode here, so that any of you guys who are new here and are interested in watching the new videos can go ahead and do so. We're at 1799, which is where we left off the series. Globally, that actually puts us a ways down now. It's actually 30th in the world, or yeah, about around like 36th in the world, which is interesting because a while ago it was quite a lot higher. I think that would have put us maybe around 20th in the world when I left off. So there's been a bit of inflation, not too much. We're just gonna have to see here how we can play. Our first opponent is Wook, who's up to 1719 now. Wook, I'm not sure if Wook's ever beaten me yet. We've definitely played a few times on the series, but let's see how this one goes. Have some Turkey to start off with, 2023 coverage. It's remarkably flat. That definitely reminds me of the area around Konya, which tends to be one of the flattest in the country. We have some flat roofs as well here, which is something you see quite a lot in the south. So I'm thinking just Konya area here. It really could be Ankara as well. I guess the problem is, what are those roofs? Maybe it's just like a factory, not a house. So yeah, I think I'll actually just hedge it between Ankara and Konya here. And wow, it was European Turkey. I really didn't think that. That was a factory, not a house for sure. But what were we actually looking at? Like a shopping center or something? Why in the middle of nowhere do they have that? I do not know, but good start by Wook there. Next one here, is that a Brazilian pole next to the palm tree? I think it isn't. No, it's another trunk. Okay, good to know. Then what are we looking at here? No Google car. What map are we playing, by the way? I think it might be Rainbow World now or something. I don't know what country this is. Is it Latin America? I think the predominance of stilts houses, I think we see a stilts house, yeah, and the palm trees would probably lead me towards Philippines or something Southeast Asian. Wook is in. It could be Malaysia, don't really like that. It could be Indo, don't love that either. We have ocean to our east here. I don't know where this is. I think that Philippines is best. And it was actually Indo, yeah. Makes sense. He's in Brazil, so we do quite a bit of damage there. Definitely a difficult one. Could have gotten more points out of it, but that must be Pano ID'd. I don't know what map we're playing. It's really important to know, but I forget. Next one here, just a boring Switzerland. We got the low cam. Not too sure. I clicked middle of the country here because it's not a strong suit for me, and it's better to just not lose any points, I feel. And yeah, we both opt for the same tactics here, despite the fact that it's southeast. It doesn't really make a difference here. We're still retaining a 1,000 point lead here, so not too bad. And we can gain some good rating from this duel. This one is Orland Islands here. Let's slam it in. Thankfully, he does the same, so we don't have to waste too much time on an easy one, but it means that the multis are coming up now, which is maybe a good thing, maybe a bad thing, but they've definitely crept up without much damage being dealt. Next one here is Russia, I would say. We have some fireweed here, so maybe a bit further north than you'd think. Thought of like Vologda here. It's kind of gravelly. I don't know, it could be like any of these states or oblasts around Vologda in my opinion, so probably just gonna go for that. I don't know, I think I'll hedge it like this. We'll see though. And wow, really close guess there. He's immediately gone Ukraine. Interesting. And our hedge pays off very nicely because he's down to 1,000 HP now. So let's just see here. Double damage. And we are back in Sweden, I would say. 2022. Yeah, almost certainly Sweden. Quite southern, I would say, based on the landscape and the trees, but it is hard to say. And it's very flat. I thought maybe around here. Do I like it? I think I like it enough. I don't think it's too far north. I'm just going to go for that here. And okay, what's a little bit further south? We could have knocked him out had we had a perfect guess there, but instead it's just going to be 300 points of damage. So yeah, could have gone further south. I don't know. Still fine with the way that turned out. Next one here, 2.5, and we are in, it's definitely Europe, so that's fine. We're not going to get knocked out or anything. Is it Germany? I think Germany really fits the best here. I don't see any copyright, but I'm just going to go for Germany anyway. Pastel houses, maybe a bit further west here, right? Cologne? I think I'll just go Cologne. Oops, I've guessed at the same time, and it was actually near Frankfurt there. We happened to guess at the same moment, so I didn't have time to take extra heed after he guessed. Triple damage now. Ooh, this feels like the stuff you get in North Colombia, but the mountains are very extensive, which is a bit concerning. Okay, could it be Chile? I don't think so. Could it be Northeast Brazil? Maybe. I think it's like inside these ones, which is like super risky. It's super risky. I really think it's there. Okay, where's the sun? Where's the sun? Sun is to the south, I think. The sun's more to the north, actually, so southern hemisphere. Well, could it be Arge? Didn't think so. I think it's really between Brazil and Colombia here. Why do I just think this is correct? I think the trees look right for this. Well, it could be Peru. Wait, it could be Peru. I still don't, I could actually see in the mountains here. That would be my second option now. Do I actually like that better? either. Where I've guessed is so specific, I think I have to switch to that. It's risky. It's risky. Let's see what actually it is. Oh yes, great switch. Wow, he goes for exactly what I thought. That's actually crazy. What a last minute switch there, and we take the W. Wow, that was like so cool that we almost made the exact same wrong guess, and I managed to get off it. So happy with that. But let's see how much we can climb in this episode, guys. Let's see if we can break into top 10. It's actually, with a win streak, well possible. And I feel like I'm playing rather well. So let's see who we get next. We're back against Wook here. He's back for some more pain. Let's see what happens. And we have, I would say, Italy first here. Not too sure what exactly I'm looking at. We have a black back of the sign. So yeah, should be Italy. I mean, these kind of just like stone fences, like on the side of the road, you could say, are very, walls really, are very common in Italy. And I feel like this feels a little further south. I'm going to go for inside the mountains here. And yeah, it was quite a bit further south. I could have even committed to the boot, but didn't really feel like doing so. That's 500 points of damage. Not a bad way to start, nonetheless. But man, I mean, it's no multis. I could have gone for the commit. Would have been kind of fun. Next one here is Uruguay. And I would say it could be the middle of the country or it could be like the southwest of the country. Of the two, it's not a freebie. I think I'll just hedge it a bit in the middle. If it's not, it's southwest. Okay, it's just central west. So not a bad decision there. 212 points of damage. Uruguay, like, it's a very easy country to get a solid vibe for if you just play for 5 hours. But I feel like not many people have done that because it's kind of boring. Next one here is Brazil. Ooh, it's interesting vibes here. The fence reminds you of the northeast, but the soil being so red doesn't. So that's obviously a bit of a contradiction here, or a bit of something I'll have to wrestle with. And the palms, they feel a bit further southwest. So what do I exactly want to do here? Do I hedge it up a lot? The soil being so red, this just doesn't really quite fit for there. Maybe Piauí. I'll just go Piauí here. I think it's possible. And it was just over in Maranhão. Yeah, Mato Grosso do Sul was one of the states I was considering. So even though it's so many points, it's not as bad of a guess as it looks, I feel. Okay, next one here. This is surely Ecuador. I think I would slam it in Ecuador here near Guayaquil with these plantations. The other option, is actually, okay, I at the last moment thought of Guatemala, and admittedly, Colombia was my very first thought. Yeah, I didn't actually expect it to be there. Okay, interesting. 1.5 times damage. We appear to be in, it almost looks like BC here. Wait, what am I actually looking at? It's something northern. It's something in the Great Plains or the West, I think. Probably not Saskatchewan. The pole tops are not particularly Saskatchewan-like. And I just don't get a Manitoba vibe. But then again, I don't really get an Alberta vibe either. So we could be in trouble here. It's possible. I don't know. The way the insulator is very sus to me. It looks kind of BC-like. I think I will leave it in Alberta despite the fact that I don't think it's there. Wow, it was actually Manitoba, and Wook is closer in Ontario there. Not my best guess. Not my best guess. I just didn't recognize that coverage, which is a bit annoying, but you know, happens. Fortunately, we don't have to pay the price on this occasion. Next one here, modern architecture. It kind of reminds me of Paraná. Do we get anything here? No. Full asymmetrical pole here. Not too sure exactly what that means when you're in South Brazil, but I think Paraná makes the most sense out of all the ones I've thought of. If not, Sao Paulo. So I'll probably just hedge it up a bit in the northeast of the state here. And, oh, wow, really nice guess there. He's in Goiás, so that's going to be 3.6k. Wow, just 5k to finish off that one there. That was a good guess, for sure. 1822 now. Let's get back in here, see who we face. Will it be Wook again? Okay, Wook is back once again. After a minute, took his time to regroup, and here we go. This is familiar. This is mighty familiar. Where is this, though? We have American fences. Is this California? No. Is this Mexico? Maybe. Do we have yucca there? Are they tree yucca? Is this like Joshua Tree or something? Surely not. I mean, the road is mighty weird here. What map are we playing? I still don't know. Should really have checked that between games, but screw it. We'll go without knowing. I think these are definitely American fences. It feels strangely Mediterranean. It doesn't feel like this, but I don't really see a better option though. So I'm just gonna leave it. It could be Mexico, really, I guess. Yeah. But really, Jalisco is so weird with those fences. He goes New Mex. Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, the Joshua Tree and the tree yucca are in completely different places. So if I went Mexico, I probably would have been close, but such is life. Next one here, I think these are North Sumatran pole tops being even, but having one on one side and two on the other. And everything checks out. So I'll just go Southern North Sumatra here. And it was actually Jambi. Yeah, I don't really, sometimes I actually struggle to figure those out as much as I think I know them. But yeah, I mean, maybe an Indo expert can tell us. Next round here, we're looking at we're in the mountains in Peru here. This almost looks like, oh, do we have the name of we have the name of the highway there. It's just too hard to read, but I thought this kind of looks like the 30C coverage. So I might just try that. It's a bit risky. We're going northeast. That's the correct angle at least. I'm gonna try it, you guys. You know, it's no multis, so let's just go what we actually think. He goes 34B and it actually ends up being a little bit further west, but I was gonna click Mazamari area anyway, so yeah, fine result. Probably about the same number of points. Next one here, Colombia, 2023. Not much going on apart from that. I think it is a Colombian license plate. We have the yellow line. We would be driving right, so the Google card checks out. Probably just going like here. It's like kind of a southern hedge, kind of feels a bit more southern to me. 2023, a bit more common in the south. And okay, it was actually Bogota there, another place that has 2023, unfortunately. Play the numbers game and sometimes you will lose, but to be fair, I was probably thinking more about that than the landscape. 1.5 times damage now. This is Estonia. Trees feel a bit more, maybe a bit more coastal. I would say so. Let's go out west this time. Okay, it's about as far from the coast as you can possibly get in Estonia, so serves me right for trying to region guess Baltics, which I absolutely suck at. Double damage. Let's get it. We're looking at some ZA, some South Africa. Low hills, red hills. They feel like this kind of area here. Komani area, I would say. It's a very standard click, but yeah, 2022 coverage. I think that also fits rather nicely. I will go for it. I'll go for it. Wow. Okay, yeah. I need to brush up on my South Africa. Not a country I've practiced enough. I need to learn some roads. We're on the back foot here. We're on the back foot. We just have to wait for a really hard one. I feel like we've been winning those really difficult rounds more so than the easy ones. This is northern Germany. Flat as a pancake. Lots of brick. I would probably just go in this region here because of how flat it is. And yeah, it was just next to the Netherlands there. Good guess from Mook as well. 190. It looks like we'd get more from that, but it's relatively short distances in Central Europe. Triple damage. What have we got? Ooh, probably feels like Philippines. Also, shouts to Wook's YouTube channel, by the way. He's probably filming right now, so you can go and check out his perspective after this as well. Be sure to go and check that out. Okay, Philippines is my idea here with the concrete road. Architecture really fits. I think those kind of bamboo windows really fit as well, but do we see anything else here? No, there's not a lot going on. What about rainfall? East gets more rainfall. Does it feel kind of wet? Not so much. And honestly, the kind of concreted buildings maybe feel a little bit further north than I initially thought. I don't think it's Mindanao anymore. I'm gonna go Samar here. There's a bit of a hedge. And okay, it was actually all the way north there. We're quite a bit closer here, and that's enough for the win. GG. Once again, yeah, it's just holding out for the kind of country toss-ups where I've definitely had the advantage here. 1832, let's see where that places us at the moment. Definitely rising up here pretty quickly, and 1832 is good enough for 27th in the world, so let's overtake Lenley here real quick with another win, hopefully, and see who's in the queue at the moment. Who are we gonna face? Okay, Emshanov is our next opponent, exact same rating as us. Very strong player. Let's see how we play against Mr. Emshanov here. This is an interesting pole top. Indo round ones. They're a bit painful. I think it is West Kalimantan. Would seem to make quite a bit of sense, I think. It's a metal pole as well, so surely it is West Kalimantan here. Do we get anything else? Copyright should be 2023. It is. Okay, that feels a bit better. I mean, there's a lot of 2023 in Indonesia, but it at least helps to somewhat confirm. I think so. I struggled to see what else it would be. Let's hope. Okay, nice. It was. And he's over in Central Sula. I do understand the guess. It was very generic looking. It's a great way to start the duel. Great way to start against a high-rated opponent like Emshanov, whose name I always used to mispronounce. Okay, next one here. Surely Ghana? Like, at first I thought Uganda, but now I'm thinking Ghana. I'm going to go for it. Pretty certain of it, just with the oil palms here. And wow, really nice guess from Emshanov there, just outside of Kumasi. I think maybe the logic there was it was a very, like, small side road, so... Or maybe just hedging. One of the two, but regardless, good guess. Next one here. New Zealand, South Island style fence. We got northwest of us, a bay. Are we looking at are we in Nelson right now? Maybe. Are we in Wellington right now? Quite possibly too, I would say. Fence, though, is not the North Island style. It's still possible to see in the North Island. Okay, definitely thinking of that first here. What about, is there other possibilities here that I should be considering? Maybe like just this? It feels like quite a vast body of water that we're looking at on. Nothing out here makes sense to me, I think. So yeah, we're just kind of, it's kind of between Nelson, where we would definitely, I feel like Nelson maybe is still better here. Do we get copyright? 2022. Ooh, that's interesting. Nelson or Wellington? I think maybe Nelson is better here. I think I narrowly prefer it. Yeah, it was, okay, it was the next one up, and we were looking at those mountains. Fair enough, 1,000 damage there. And he was down near Queenstown. I do get the guess as well, but definitely thought the vegetation looked a bit further north there. Next one here, Hokkaido, presumably. We'll not zoom into New Zealand, but instead, well, they're kind of similar shape, all right? Japan and New Zealand. It's very flat here. Out to our east. I thought it might be this region, but it could just be this region too. Let's see the grid here. east. That's like kind of a almost straight grid. This one, the grid's not so much. We're on a bend here, so I think I'll go in this valley here. Makes enough sense to me. And okay, there's a bit further west there on, yeah, not really a proper grid, but still some damage, some damage. Yeah, I'm 1.5 times damage now against a player higher rated than ourselves. Next one, it is the Kenya snorkel, and it's very dry here. It's 2024 copyright, which means it should be somewhere around Nairobi for the most part. I think I might just go Nairobi here, because it's kind of dry, but suspiciously dry. I'll just go there. Wow, Mombasa has it. Okay, that is my mistake for not knowing it. It must be brand new stuff, I think. 1.5k damage. It didn't look like Nairobi now in hindsight, but I just thought with 2024 we had to click over there. So, you know, it does backfire the copyright sometimes. Now, is this northeast? I think it might be. It's very similar to a round I had recently up in here, so I might just hedge it a little bit further east here. Okay, good guess from M. Shanov there, and it's going to be a couple 100 points, but look at that. We still have almost double the HP here. We definitely played better pre-multis, so let's just park the bus here. 2.5 times damage. We are in Brazil? Question mark? This ditch does not feel American. So Brazil or Argentina here, presumably. I think still Brazil. Is this Mexico? Wait, this is Mexico. Sun. Sun is to the not really usable, but I think it's Mexico. I think I decided that because the little palm things in here. Let's just go for it. I'll just leave it there. I don't really exactly know where it is. Ah, shit. What? I had really just assumed, yeah, it makes sense with the little palm thing, but I had really just assumed that that ditch would not be in America. So I got to find out what bloody map this is, if these are handpicked or not. GG's to M. Shanov there. What map are we playing on? How it works? We're playing on Rainbolt World. I think Rainbolt World is, I forget how it's picked. I think it's definitely generated to be very rural though. Okay, well, let's go for one more for the video here. I want to end, oh, one more win. Go for one more win. Surely we can at least get one of those. Okay, finally we have an opponent here. Phantom 1571 rated. Let's get into it here. Southern Norway, I would say off the bat here. And opponent's in quickly. I like it. We're both pretty close there. Also rocking the Plonk Up Money records. Shout outs to Phantom. You can buy that on the Geoguessr store. Use code ZigZag as well to give me a portion of the profit made from your purchases. Okay, shout outs to Phantom. And we have somewhat of a North Germany here. 2023 tree rows. Very flat. I would say maybe here. Feels pretty good. Let's find out about that. A pretty decent guess indeed. But yeah, guys, so Rainbow World, I feel like some of the locations are kind of handpicked and they said the whole thing's generated, but maybe they pick certain roads to generate, which are difficult, because that ditch was very strange for the United States. I can say that with very high confidence, but well played to M. Shanov to get the guess off. With also pines here, definitely feels like the western half of Turkey to me. It's also quite dry though, so I'm not quite sure if I'm clicking exactly right here. I know Eskişehir is very sandy, so I clicked there. It ends up being a little bit further north there. Fine guess, all in all. Yeah, those highway rounds can be quite difficult in Turkey. But yeah, next round here, let's see what's going on. We're in Indonesia. We have a fence here, which is typical of the Noosas and also sometimes Sulawesi. Would say Noosas feels more correct here, and is a lot of palms. It is quite dry as well. I think maybe East Nusa Tenggara here makes probably the best sense. But yeah, not quite sure. I'll probably just go for that, I think. And wow, it was actually Sulawesi. That fence is definitely less common. They normally have more organized looking fences there. But at the end of the day, it does make sense. The dry coverage is really common on that peninsula. So Phantom starting off really strong here. Next one, just going to be Norway again. I think we want rounds where the country is not obvious. That tends to be where we've made our gains. But this, I would say, is a bit further south, but maybe the trees actually do look a bit further north than I initially thought. So I'll go near Trondheim here. And okay, it was up north. I should have, instead of refreshing the page, actually looked at that more closely. But at least we get a smoother experience now, because refreshing the page after you've been playing for a while does make Geoguessr run smooth. This feels like Greece up in the mountains. I'm gonna go straight for it here because it's fairly difficult. Yeah, wow. So Phantom's insta-sending, pretty good for 15, almost 1600 rated, I would say. But then again, like 1500 rated can be very, very good indeed these days. The standard has risen a lot in Geoguessr. This is Turkey, and we're 2022. It is an interesting round here. It has a lot of like rockish walls. I thought more out here, but now I'm kind of leaning towards this region here. And yeah, really nice guess from the opponent. Wow. Wowee. Really impressive. 618. Turkey's a country I've been putting a lot of work into. Those kind of rock walls are really common on the Syrian border, and as well as the fact that they were kind of reddish, but didn't really think of the commit. This is a country I've been practicing all day, India. The red brick architecture does put you in Uttar Pradesh normally, and to be honest, everything feels right. Pole Top's kind of interesting, not one I'm familiar with. But yeah. You should just hedge the middle of Uttar Pradesh with this architecture, I reckon. And okay, ends up being over in Bihar, but we're pretty close. So 800 points. We're in the lead. despite the fact that it feels like probably Phantom's played better so far, especially with the Indonesia guess earlier. 3.5 now, and we're in probably southern Philippines, I want to say. It does feel relatively like southern island of Mindanao to me, but there's not much going on, so it's a bit of a decision to be made here. I'll go for it here. I'll commit, and it was all the way south. It's a shame we didn't commit more, but you know, it's hard to commit all the way down there. So it's a good amount of damage though. 1.5k left on our friend Phantom. We want small countries now. Straightforward rounds. This is a northeastern fence in India, so probably just slamming a sum is pretty reasonable here. Ooh, what? Oh my gosh, in Bangla. Hedging Bangladesh there. Wow, but I really didn't think it was Tripura anyway. I definitely thought it looked more like Assam or Meghalaya. So that's about as badly as that could have gone. Wow, okay, back to even. Looks like Serbia to me. Like central Serbia? Yeah, I like it. I like it. Let's go for that to be safe. Yeah. And what? He's doing the wrong country challenge all of a sudden, man. What is this? Oh, we don't even knock him out. I was considering further south. Damn it. Okay, if we lose this, that's going to be embarrassing. He's doing the wrong country challenge against us. Who is this? Who is this person? Bolivia now. Feels like Oru. Doesn't really feel like Peru to me. I think I'm pretty confident on Bolivia. Yeah, I'll go for that. I'll go for that. I'm pretty sure this is a good enough guess to keep us in the game without something insane from Phantom. And it could still be Peru, but you know, the Gen 3 combined with these very dry hills. Oh, and it is Peru. Fascinating. And he goes in Argentina. Agbatuba, as a wise man once called it. And there we go. We win. It is 1. Oh no, 6 rating. There we go. Nice. And we move up 1 position, I guess, in the league. So yeah, all in all, not a bad episode here. GG's to Phantom there. We end off above Debray. Actually, not too bad. Plenty of time to rise here. Geo is actually at 2028 rating here. Lero, look at that, guys. Can you believe that's how tough the competition of Asia was? But Lero is a 2000 rated player and missed out. And Sheena is 1867 and missed out as well. Insane. Like, truly. Here is us, 27. Here is the global. Look at that. Oh, 2100 from Kaz here. Must be the first ever player to do that, I assume. Crazy. Kaz is very good. And yeah, that's the lay of the land at the moment. So guys, thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you're still here, give the video a like and go ahead and subscribe to Geoguessr Explained so you can check out the next episode when I put that out in a few days. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys next time, and goodbye.